Today we're going to be looking at two different products that make reloading revolvers much more easy and convenient, and then running these up against time trials to compare the differences in time for the two products. The first product is a speed strip. This particular model is by Bianchi. These run $7.99 for a package of two. Tough Products makes one called the Quick Strip, which is nearly identical. The second product is by HKS. It is a speed loader. These run $9.95 roughly, and there's a few other makes and models to these. I'm not going to get into them because they're all a little bit different. This is model 36-A, which will fit the J-frame, and it fits into the LCR pretty well. I'm going to start talking about the pros and cons of the speed strips. So the first pro is that it keeps all 5 rounds together in your pocket, which will make it a little bit speedier when you go to do that reload. Instead of fishing around for loose rounds in your pocket, in one motion you grab them all and can begin reloading, and you're not looking for that third and fourth reload, especially in a time-critical situation. They hold the rounds very well on here. You can see as I shake it, they're not coming off. I can hit them with my hands pretty hard. They're not coming off. You know, move them around. So they only come off in that 90-degree angle like they're supposed to. The third pro is that they're very flat in your pocket and easy and comfortable to carry. I carry these two speed strips in my front right pocket with nothing else in there, of course, and I hardly notice them at all during the day. The last benefit is that this speed loader can be used in any 5- and 6-shot model to reload, so you don't need to buy separate products for each one of your revolvers if you're a revolver guy and you own multiple. Kind of a fringe benefit, so not a huge pro. So let's talk about some of the cons. One of the cons is that they are slower than speed loaders and magazines. They're not super fast at all, just a touch faster than individual reloading. And I think these require a lot more dexterity and practice to use them effectively and efficiently. So if you're a guy who carries more than you shoot, you might be better off going with the speed loader over the speed strips. I don't have any evidence for that comment, but that's just something I feel personally. You might vary in your opinion. So I'm going to quickly talk about how I have these set up and then demonstrate. So you've probably already noticed that this is a 6-round model and I'm missing a round here in the middle. They come in 5, 6, 7, and 8 round strips. This is the 6, like I said. So the reason I do that is because when I pull these out of my pocket, I like the extra real estate of the 6-rounder and how it fits in my hand, and I also like how easy it is to index 2 rounds into the chamber at a time with that gap. So as you see when I reload here, open up the chamber, is I'll take my 2 rounds, index it to the 2 holes here, slides in, pull up, slides in, pull up, and last one, slide in and pull up. Be careful, because another con is sometimes you'll go to pull up and the round will actually pop back out. I forgot to mention that earlier. So that's a quick demo of the speed strip and how they work. So let's move on and talk about the speed loader. And I have my Hornady Critical Defense Light in here that I'm going to be testing to see if these are adequate for my wife to carry. Nice pink bullets that will embarrass the bad guy if you ever shoot him. So with a speed loader, the first pro is obviously how fast it is. I think aside from moon clips, this is ultimately the fastest way to reload a revolver. I'm going to demo it right now because I think it's good to demonstrate. So you take the speed loader, line up 2 rounds, drop it in like so it's kind of in there like that. Turn this knob to the right, shake, and you're good to go. Can't argue with how fast that is. Another pro, and I don't like to talk about price too much in terms of the pro, is that these are pretty cheap when you compare them to, say, a magazine. For a semi-auto, you know, a Walther magazine runs $40-50 and this runs 10, so small pro, but price when it comes to defensive products isn't a big deal. So let's talk about a few of the cons. The first con, as you've probably already noticed, that it is bulky. To carry 2 of these in your pocket isn't very comfortable. A way around this, and I'll mention this right off the bat, is you can carry outside the waistband in speedloader pouches. I don't. I still find them a little bulky and they look weird. I'm going to give it a try. They do some cool ones that will index into the 2 rounds. It's supposed to be a little bit slimmer, so your belt goes here. I think Andrew's Leather makes one that I'm going to give a try pretty soon. The second is that when these are in your pocket, these can move around and tip and turn upside down. So when you're going to grab, you don't know what you're grabbing. You always want to grab it on the black here, because if you grab this over, you could accidentally turn and lose all your rounds. And the third con, and this happened to me on 2 occasions, which really led me to stop carrying these, is that when these are in my pockets, this knob got turned, I lost all of the rounds in my pocket. So that's kind of the pros and cons of the speed loaders in your pocket. Again, if you carry outside the waistband, you'll eliminate 2 of those cons as well. So let's quickly now move over to the shooting portion of the video, where I'll run each one of these through reload times. I'll fire 2 rounds, and at my last shot, I'll start the timer and then reload, and as soon as I fire my 3rd shot will be the end of the time, and I'll compare each one. Some quick final closing thoughts. So looking at the video, speed loaders are over 3.5 seconds faster in a reload than speed strips. That number is a little bit shocking to me. I figured these would be faster, but I didn't realize that much faster. I'm honestly going to think about going back to carrying the speed loaders, but for the time being I'm staying with the speed strips, being that it's summer and it's more comfortable. But as you know, this video is to help you make your own personal choices about what you want to carry for reloading for your revolver, and everyone knows that when you choose to carry concealed, it's all about compromises and about what works for yourself. So hopefully you found this video useful, and if you liked the video, please hit the like button or leave a comment, and if you don't like the video, comment and let me know why. Thanks for watching.